Good crowd on hand, and we're underway. Week 9 of the NFL on CBS, and this will be a touchback. And now we check in with the fourth member of our team, A.J. Ross. All three of those tops in the NFL over the last 3 games. Eagles offense on the field first. Hurts over the middle, incomplete. Looking for A.J. Brown. See some of the smoke covering the field from the fireworks before the game. Here is Saquon Barkley up the middle. Gets to the 35-yard line to make it 3rd and manageable. Hurts to Calcaterra. Can he get to the line to gain? It's very close. Tackle was made by Devin Lloyd. His team yielding that play on 3rd down. Back to Barkley on 1st down. Trayvon Walker trying to rip it away, but cannot.
As big as he is, that becomes a business decision sometimes for some of these corners and safeties that need to tackle him. That's
Barkley going in motion. Handoff to Saquon, following the block of Gainwell. And Barkley comes up a couple of yards shy of a 1st down. 3rd down for Philadelphia. 3rd down and 2. Hurts hands off, and Gainwell is not going to get there.
Outside! Green, outside!
They snap it too late. Wow, a false start is being called before the delay of game.
False start, 87 offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Austin Trammell will return punts today for Jacksonville now that Parker Washington has become a bigger part of the offense due to injury as Braden Mann boots it. Trammell from the 14-yard line lost the football, and the Eagles fall on it. Keely Ringo. Sidney Brown knocked it free.
Mentioned Sidney Brown, a guy that was playing defense for the Eagles last year, now playing on all special teams. Comes down, he makes the hit, and Keely Ringo is able to get on the ball. A gunner on the punt team is one of the hardest positions on the field. You're making an open field tackle with really 53.
Hurts to the outside, and this one is caught, but a minimal gain by the fullback, Ben Van Sumeren, who has his first NFL touch. No gain on the play for Van Sumeren, so 2nd down and 10. Hurts with time, now looking end zone for Barkley. Got it! Touchdown! And there it is, the first points in the 1st quarter this year for Philadelphia.
Barkley coming right at you here, just as a favorable matchup. Easy throw for Jalen Hurts, and it's all just about corralling it and getting the feet down. Great catch, great control. He bobbled a bit, but I think he has control of this. Both feet in bounds. That'll be a touchdown.
It is. And the fumble on special teams, costly for Jacksonville. Extra point by Jake Elliott is good. Philadelphia will always be special to him, but now he's trying to do the same in Jacksonville. Just a 2-6 start to the year for Peterson and the Jaguars. Play fake. Lawrence looking deep down the field for Ingram, and it's incomplete. And a great play getting back by Zach Bond, the 5th-year linebacker. Travel in motion, handoff Etienne. And Etienne is stuck by Bond again. Jags 4th worst in the NFL, converting 3rd downs this year. Lawrence fires, and it is caught for a 1st down. There's Parker Washington, a gain of 11 for number 11. Johnson in motion, play fake Lawrence. Now dumps it down to Travis Etienne, who can't get away from Zach Bond. Calling the defense for Philadelphia in his 1st year, 2nd and 7. Here's Tank Bixby, and he gets to midfield to make it 3rd down and manageable for Jacksonville. Jordan Davis on the tackle for Philly. 3rd and 4. Lawrence in trouble, and he is sacked. Josh Sweat with the sack. His 4th of the season. A loss of 8.
A look here at this is just a power rush. Walker Little We were talking about starting a left tackle after they traded Cam Robinson. Just gets
career sack. That's 9th most in franchise history as Logan Cook punting to Cooper DeJean. DeJean watching goes out of bounds around the 10-yard line. Second drive, actually the third drive for the Eagles after the turnover on the punt, and they started on the ground. Second down and 7. Hurts chased by Hines Allen, and Josh Hines Allen's able to trip him up. 4th sack of the year.
Going to need a lot of this today. They're rushing just 4 guys, and Josh Hines Allen eventually wins against Johnson. They're going to have to do that because they're going to have to leave those guys in the back end to cover. Guys like
3rd and 12 and a flag.
Ball start on the 26 offense. Half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
Penalty on Saquon Barkley. So after the penalty, 3rd down and 16. Hurts in his own end zone. Has time. Now to the outside, it goes to Calcaterra, and well short of a 1st down.
Now you have a chance to really go down, maybe take a shot around the 50-yard line and try to put points on the board.
Peterson keeping Trammell out there after the fumble. Here's Trammell from the 35. And tripped up at the 40. We love Mike. Check out his store. 1st down and 10. Here goes Travis Etienne across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
He can do that. He is a jack of all trades, as we were mentioning earlier.
2nd down and 5. Lawrence, and that pass is broken up. Intended for Ingram, but Nakobe Dean had tight coverage for the Eagles. 3rd down and 5. Lawrence fires, incomplete. Again looking for Ingram, a bit out of his reach, and on 4th down, Peterson will send out the punt team. DeJean back deep for Philadelphia, awaiting the punt at his own 6-yard line. And he calls for a fair catch at the 7 with 3:13 to go in the 1st quarter. From the 7, hand off to Barkley. Across the 10, spins out of 1 tackle, and Barkley gets to the 13-yard line. 2nd and 3. Here's Barkley again, trying to get to the outside, and gets back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 3. Hurts has plenty of time. Looking for A.J. Brown. He's got him. And Brown is twisted out of bounds by Cisco, but not before he picks up 20 and an Eagles 1st down.
Really good play design. A.J. Brown's coming in motion, and for Ronald Darby, everything tells you he's running across the field. And as a DB, you have to...
Hurts keeps it, throws it, completes it to Calcaterra. Eagles run it on 2nd and 3. Barkley has a hole up the middle. And a 1st down. Darnell Savage, the tackle after a gain of 11.
Quick pass game, and obviously the draw that you just saw.
Hurts keeps this one. And Hurts is able to, their last 3 games, and up 7-0 as we begin the 2nd quarter here today. And here's Barkley and Hines Allen getting a little help from Trayvon Walker. 3rd and 6 for Philadelphia. Hurts has time. Now locates Barkley out of the backfield. Barkley slips 2 tackles and picks up the 1st down. Chipping up in the air to the 30. A gain of 14 for Barkley.
Out of moves right here. Makes the first guy miss. The spin move at the last second. Bro. And then, what, Tiki, you're right. What is that?
Bro.
Forward here, and everybody went nuts in amazement. Barkley gets a breather on this play as Kenneth Gainwell drive this year for the Eagles. That's the most in the NFL. Gainwell slips a little bit, and Oluokun is able to come in and make the tackle. 3rd down and 7. Pressure coming. Hurts steps up, off to the races, and breaks free at the end for the 1st down. Bad snap. Good catch by Hurts, and Barkley is tackled from behind. In the red zone, it's 2nd and 8. Hurts has a lane to run again. He's going to take off and then just tumbles down at the 16-yard line. Let's see if this becomes a passing down on 3rd and 6. Hurts looking to the air. Once again, great protection, but nowhere to go. Good coverage downfield. Hurts in trouble, and he's brought down.
Nobody is open, forced to take the sack. Good job by the secondary right there.
Here's Jake Elliott, a 43-yard field goal attempt, and it is good for the veteran kicker out of Memphis. Jones and Bigsby are back deep to receive the kickoff from Braden Mann. The punter handles the kicking duties. And Bigsby will take a knee.
In this offense doing that.
Gets it out quickly to ETN on 1st down. It's wrapped up by Bond. That is part of the balance they have to think about if they go no huddle. On 2nd and 7. Quick pass out to Brian Thomas, his first catch today. And a good job by the Jaguars blockers to spring him free. Yeah, and they need them, AJ, especially here on 3rd down and 1. Lawrence trying to do it himself.
And he's probably a little short.
Lawrence throwing it, and a lot of contact on Ingram, but no call. Cooper DeJean at the coverage.
Size to go to the outside, that's not good enough. Eagles ball.
Unless the throw is perfect.
Play action, Hurts. And he'll go underneath to Calcaterra. Tracked down by Aluakin.
And every now and then they'll take a shot.
Barkley. And a good job here, led by Devon Hamilton of that Jacksonville defense.
Of stepping up in that role and making plays.
Anaya Smith in motion. He takes the handoff here. And Devin Lloyd is there for the tackle. Smith with great speed. 3rd down and 6. Hurts. Pressure coming. He stands in there. Gets rid of it to Calcaterra. Fighting for the 1st down, but he's not going to get there. Hurts on 4th down. Looking for A.J. Brown. Broken up on the play. Darnell Savage. What a play by the Delaware native.
The field to break this one up from A.J. Brown. Just gets the ball out of his hands.
Technique-wise, leading with that left hand.
Tank Bigsby on 1st down, and he is hit hard at the line of scrimmage.
But I agree with you on the fact of how they've shut this offense down so far.
2nd down and 9 for Lawrence. Pump fakes. Now he's looking to run up the middle. And Bond delivers a big hit on Lawrence after a gain of 4. Lawrence, pressure coming, stands in there, fires, incomplete. Intended for Trammell and the rookie Cooper DeJean.
He's got presence and awareness, but also just good ball skills, Jason.
Absolutely, and that was excellent technique. You saw him communicating with Rodgers on the motion. He taps the top play by Cooper DeJean.
And no time to celebrate. He's back deep to receive the punt from Cook. DeJean calls for a fair catch at the 24-yard line. 3:14 to go. 10-0. Eagles still in front. We did see Mac Jones, the backup QB, throwing during that last timeout as Barkley, another nice job as there is a flag down on this play.
Yeah, we're going to get holding here. Got Cam Jurgens.
Holding, number 51, offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 1st down.
Can't pick up yardage.
1st and 20. And they'll run it with Barkley, who's thrown down. Jeremiah Ledbetter makes the play for the Jacksonville defense. I mean, the defense has been okay, but the special teams and offense have really let them down so far in this 1st half.
Correct.
Hurts over the middle. A.J. Brown takes a shot. Out of the 2-minute warning, Philadelphia with a 3rd down and 6. Hurts, pressure coming, and Hines Allen buries him. 2nd sack today for Josh Hines Allen.
To chip here on the edge, but it disrupts the tackle. Fred Johnson's ability to get on Hines Allen and just gives up the sack. The chip is what disrupted the blocking scheme up front for the Philadelphia Eagles, leading into a big sack for the Jaguars now who get the ball back.
back to their guy Parker Washington after Trammell fielded the first couple and fumbled one. Here is Washington from the 29-yard line. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 35. 142 and 2 timeouts for a Jacksonville offense that has really struggled in the first half. And ETN couldn't hold on to it. Did Bond pick it? Yes, he does! Zach Bond with the interception.
Yeah, this will be reviewed, obviously, it's a classic tip drill. We always talk about it, Jason. You got to get your hands underneath it. It looks like he does without it hitting the ground. What a great athletic play by Zach Bond.
His second career interception. And Nick Sirianni is going to have some tough decisions to make this week, because he said that if the Eagles got a turnover in this game, he was going to give that player.
It has been on the field stands. Interception, first down, Philadelphia.
I think Alan, that kind of summed it up pretty good for me, fellas. I thought
all 3 timeouts for Philadelphia. Here's Saquon. Dragging Tyson Campbell with him for 8 yards with 90 seconds remaining.
Protect the end zone. They're already in field goal range. Don't let a big play happen.
Hurts, Devontae Smith with his first catch today. Good for 9 yards and a first down to the 25-yard line. Hurts chased out of the pocket, and he'll just put his head down and run. And he picks up 7 yards on the scramble. Let's be fair, they've been out there almost the entire half. 21 minutes to 8 minutes in time of possession. Hurts, Barkley makes the catch, has the first down, and he stops the clock. On first down, Hurts over the middle, and it is dropped by Barkley. Play clock at 2. Hurts on the move again. And Hurts goes out of bounds at the 10-yard line. That'll bring up third down. 3rd and 7. Hurts fires to the end zone. Touchdown with a flag down. Johnny Wilson on the reception, but this one might be coming back.
Pass interference, number 89, offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay, third down.
It's on Wilson, who caught the ball. 3rd down and 17. They'll run it with Barkley. Barkley at the 10, 5, touchdown!
So look at that massive gap in the hole. It's a great play call by Kellen Moore. If they're going to play that way, zone around and then massive hole in the middle of the field, give it to your best player and let him run downhill.
So now Jake Elliott for the extra point, and it is good. 17-0, but first a flag.
Offside, number 52, defense. The offense is elected to attempt a 2-point try. The penalty will force half the distance to the goal. Try for point.
All right, Eagles 2 for 2 on their 2-point tries this year. It's the tush push. Hurts trying to get there, fighting for it. No signal yet. And they did not get it.
good direction.
Point is no good.
All right, Gene, they looked at it, and the call on the field stands.
Really close.
Yeah.
And Andrew, I look at that play, and I agree with you. 17-0, 18-0 is not much of a difference.
Take a point off the board and try to put 2 more up there. That's just who he is.
It is a touchback with 22 seconds remaining, and Jacksonville has 1 timeout left to start the second half.
100% agree with you, Andrew. It should be 20 to, or not should, it could be 20-0 right now.
Braden Mann kicking it off. Underway here in the second half. This is Bigsby out of his own end zone. Bigsby at the 25 and hit down at the 30 with a flag flying from behind the play. And it looks like Trevor Lawrence is coming out for Jacksonville.
during the return, holding number 56 of the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down, Jacksonville.
We've been doing that for a long time here, and we'll continue to be aggressive.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, good question, AJ. We certainly questioned it up here in the booth. A two-score game as we begin into the Eagles Hall of Fame. Here's Bigsby, and he cannot get away from Reed Blankenship. 3rd down and 5. Lawrence chased by Carter. Lawrence hit as he throws. That was Josh Sweat who got a portion of Lawrence's arm.
They're not able to get any drives. Jalen Carter, he applies the initial pressure, and Sweat finishes it off, getting to Trevor Lawrence.
4th punt today by Cook, a good one. DeJean calls for a fair catch at the 22-yard line. A 56-yard punt by Logan Cook.
And as a kid, I always want to be an Eagle. And now I'm in the Eagles Hall of Fame. You can't write that up. God is good.
A kid from PA, you're sharing this moment with your son. You thank so many people at halftime.
Talking about my son here, man. Like, I remember there's times when I'm sore and I'm tired and I don't want to do it. And I think about him.
Well, congratulations again.
Saquon got me going crazy right now.
2nd down and 2. Gainwell. And he's got the first down after Trayvon Walker had the hit. All right, here it is. It did not get the job done on the 2-point conversion. How about this? Hurts to the outside and stretches forward just enough for the first down. Play clock down to 2. Hurts looking deep down the field for Dotson. Oh, and he juggled it and caught it! What a grab by Dotson!
He goes up and gets to jump over the defender, tips it up, gets it back to his own shoulder, and then corrals it in. It's great concentration, but when you can jump before the defender does, you just feel more in control. You almost can use Campbell.
He had 35 yards all season. That catch officially 36 yards.
Yeah, in the offensive room, they say you lost him.
2nd down and 7. Hurts with a flag down, rolling right. He's going to keep it himself and goes out of bounds with what appears to be a first down, but we'll have to check the penalty.
Holding, number 51, defense. The penalty will be enforced 5 yards from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Guys a little bit out of place, a penalty here or there. They just can't get in sync defensively. Hurts keeps it himself, has some room. Hurts at the 10, 5, touchdown! Jalen Hurts with the score. A late flag comes in.
Coverage, so he just takes off down the field, and yeah, this is just on Andre Cisco going low. You're not allowed to go low as a defender to block. Even
The play is a touchdown after the play was over. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 5 in the defense. That penalty will be enforced half the distance to go on the try.
Here we go again. 2-point attempt.
Green.
Hurts. A lot of momentum there. Will there be a second effort? No. And the Jaguars stop it again. Bigsby on the return. Across the 25, and Bigsby moves his shoulder all the way up to the 40-yard line. So a good return by Tank Bigsby, the second-year man. 31 yards on the return for Bigsby. They only have 36 yards of offense. And that pass nowhere near Tim Jones. Lawrence is 0 for his last 5, including an INT. Will run it here with ETN up the middle, and ETN into Philadelphia territory with a first down run. Oh, no huddle here.
And ETN's going to get it. He's able to come right through the middle on this run on the draw play. And they're
We speculated on this in the first half. AJ asked the question at halftime. Evan Ingram with the Jaguars running their first play in Eagles territory today. His first catch, and it goes for just 2 yards. Lawrence. And he locates the man over the middle. That's Trammell with the catch. DeJean on the tackle, but 18 yards.
just see and react.
Bigsby taken down for a loss.
Called his name a lot today. Just shoots the gap here. He recognizes run very quickly and gets downhill. Tackles well in open space.
Second
and obviously
and 12.
that's the interception as well.
Lawrence rolling right. And we'll just throw this one away.
In these situations.
3rd and 12. Lawrence. And that pass is caught. Washington should have just rolled over, but he still may have had enough for the first down. He does. Lawrence has a man. There he is. Evan Ingram. 1st and goal, Jacksonville. Jason McCourty just called for Ingram. He gets 9th play of the drive. 1st and goal. Johnson, the running back, takes the handoff up the middle, and he comes up just short. Ball came out late, but Johnson was down. Bigsby, the running back. Lawrence trying to do it himself, and he gets in for the Jacksonville touchdown. 2nd straight week with a rushing touchdown for Trevor Lawrence.
Not quite the tush push, but it's a cute to something on the edges and just find the lane and push your way through.
And the Lawrence to the end zone. Thomas has it for the 2. So twice this year.
Brian Thomas isn't even out of his break yet. Clearly this is highly repped and they knew exactly where he was supposed to be. As soon as he turned the corner around C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the ball was in it too much anyways in the first half. Has to go right back out there.
That's all they did anyway, though, in the first half.
Right. I mean, it didn't matter. You might as well just gone hurry up.
Barkley on 1st down. And he lost the football late. Scooped up by Trayvon Walker. Walker still going. Trayvon Walker at the 20. Walker at the 10. 5. Touchdown. Unbelievable. No flags. No whistle. And the Jags are right back in it.
The reason this might be a touchdown, despite it looking like it was caused by the ground, is it safe?
Now they can look and replay.
Does Ventrell Miller, Ventrell Miller gets enough of Saquon Barkley that it quote-unquote caused, even though it really didn't, causes the tackle. And so Saquon is down by contact in this situation. Ball is in his hands, goes to the ground, he loses it.
That is close.
It's very close. Very close. And this is the end. We know this would be not a fumble if he was down by contact, but if he's down on just because he trips, that would be a fumble.
Rolling on the field is confirmed.
Thank you, Gene. Jaguars will go for 2. Dearness Johnson, the running back. Lawrence to the end zone. Ingram's got it, and we've got a ball game.
Just like that.
The injury to Hodges is a knee injury as he is carted off, and the kickoff is a touchback.
We'll have to worry about that when we get back to the Jaguars offense, but already Ezra Cleveland is down.
6-point game, 5:12 to go, 3rd quarter. Barkley on 1st down. And he is wrapped up by Jeremiah Ledbetter.
We're watching the offense when they played hurry up in that last drive do it as well.
Hurts to the air, over the middle, and nearly intercepted, or was it picked off by Cisco? I think he got it before it hit the turf. And Cisco is taken down. This will be looked at, but on the field it's called a pick for Cisco.
Incomplete pass.
But not good enough here as it's incomplete.
You have an acting school up there?
We got everything. Smith in motion to the bottom of your screen.
Yeah.
Pressure's coming. Hurts steps up. He's got a big lane to run. Jalen Hurts down the sideline and out of bounds.
And they're going to come off the edge right here. He's trying to show like he's not coming. But they open up this gap for Jalen Hurts to take off, and he does so. That is the one thing when you're rushing against a quarterback like Jalen Hurts.
Barkley played some golf this week, and now we got a Tiger Woods call at the line. Barkley is spun down. NFL Today update. Let's go back to New York. Barkley right up the middle. Got the first down. Oh, we mentioned it before, but on Tuesday, Saquon Barkley defeated Barkley and Obama's friend. Barkley said he had to pay President Obama $60 after the round. How about this? raving about it all week. Hurts, and he throws this one behind Devontae Smith.
And if you don't get it, as long as you pick up positive yardage, you can run the tush-push.
Barkley right into Hines Allen, and Hines Allen stands his ground. And now a big decision.
They didn't take a field goal earlier.
On fourth down, they're looking to throw it. Hurts chased by Lloyd. Hurts stops. Lloyd stays with him. Walker's there too, and Hurts throws it away. And another questionable decision that leads to boos from the Eagles fans here in Philly. 2 field goals and 2 PATs left on the field today for Philadelphia. It's a pitch to Johnson. And Johnson pinballed down by Nolan Smith. Play fake. Lawrence steps up, throws, and it's complete. A first down to Tim Jones. And they do go no huddle, something that has sparked this run a bit in the second half. Bigsby takes the handoff and picks up a couple. Injury update. Let's check in with AJ. And the screen, and bouncing off a tackle is Luke Farrell before he's finally bulldozed down by Zach Bond. 3rd and 3. Lawrence looking deep, incomplete. It looked like Parker Washington jumped too early. And now on 4th down.
For his comfort, you're right, Andrew. Parker Washington jumps way too early, so he's trying to hang up there to defender beat.
Logan Cook trying to pin the Eagles deep. DeJean, fair catch at the 9-yard line. Smith in motion. And a give to Barkley on 1st down. Barkley with some room. Saquon almost broke it. Cisco may have saved a touchdown. A gain of 21.
Obviously the draw for the touchdown when the Jacksonville Jaguars less expected it. And then the last play, splitting the defense and inside zone and almost.
Right back to Barkley. And this time the Jags were ready for it. A gain of 2.
2-yard gain.
Play clock at 1. They just get it off. Gainwell. And Hines Allen makes the tackle. That'll bring up a big 3rd down for Philadelphia. Hurts on the slant. Smith holds on. And a 1st down for Philadelphia. Play fake. Hurts looking deep. He's going to take a shot for Devontae Smith. He's got him inside the 20. Jason just said it. They look for Smith in these spots.
And an enormous over. It's going all the way across the field. Runs away from the defender. Great throw by Jalen Hurts, set up by play action. When you're running the ball as effectively as they are, you get that second level to just take a couple steps forward. It creates a massive.
Hurts, quarterback draw, trying to follow Barkley, and the Jaguars were all over it. Hurts wisely goes to the ground. Hurts surveying the scene, now fires to the back of the end zone, incomplete. And a flag is down. And this one is going to be a hold.
Holding, 74 offense, 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
It's a quick pass to Smith, and nowhere to go, buried by Trayvon Walker. And some more boos from the Philly fans as it's 3rd and long.
Nick Sirianni is not a conservative coach, and they didn't like that one.
3rd and 22. Hurts looking end zone for Smith, and makes the adjustment. Did he get the feet in? Touchdown! What a catch!
Coming right into your living room. Devontae Smith, one hands, pulls that thing in. Right foot's down, left foot's down. What an unbelievable catch by Devontae Smith.
I think the feet were more impressive than the catch of him being able to get those toes down once he brings the ball in right here. Watch how the left foot just goes dead to drag it across the grass. That's an unbelievable catch. He's the guy in critical and crucial moments that seems...
Hurts keeps it. Chased by Walker.
Got to get rid of it.
Just throws it up, and it is incomplete. And a late flag comes out. 7:43 on the clock. Man kicking away to Bigsby. It is a touchback. A play fake. Lawrence over the middle. He's got a wide open man. That's Washington. And Washington stayed on his feet. Never went down. Washington at the 40 and now out of bounds around the 34-yard line.
This in-breaking route here. Trevor Lawrence hits him right on time. And he gets pulled down, but does his knee go down? His knee touched the ground. That should be down by contact. Obviously, the Jaguars are trying to get up and run a play real quick. But this is going to be replay assisted and brought back.
Replay assist is jumping right in so that Sirianni does not have to throw the challenge flag. Bigsby. Great balance by Bigsby to pick up the first down. Lawrence looking left, throws left to Ingram. And he cannot get away from Zach Bond, although nobody has been able to do that today.
Plays of this drive.
10 tackles for Bond today. Ingram, short completion. 3rd and 6. Lawrence in trouble. Lawrence still, and now he's been ruled down. Josh Sweat coming across.
Josh Sweat just running a game with the tackle, an ET game. He comes around on top.
4th down and 13. Lawrence has a wide open man, and he's got the first down. That is Thomas. A 16-yard pickup to
Brian Thomas Jr. out there on Isaiah Rodgers. It just gives a little bit too much ground. I think it's the second, double clutch.
Was that stutter?
Great route by Brian Thomas.
Lawrence to Ingram, wide open. Hit the 10. Ingram to the 5 and down at the 4. 1st and goal, Jacksonville. Out of the shotgun. Lawrence, end zone, incomplete. Off the left hand of Brian Thomas with 4:09 to play. Play clock at 1. Lawrence not aware. Just gets the snap off in time. On 2nd down, he'll run it up the middle and in for the touchdown. That's the 2nd rushing touchdown today for Trevor Lawrence.
Back's turned. Waiting. He sees a gap and he takes it.
The right hand of Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of coaches these days, because of analytics, will go for 2.
Little to kick it away. And returnable for Gainwell. Gainwell at the 25. And he's tripped up across the 30 by Caleb Johnson.
50 yards against the Houston Texans. I had an 87-yard one that was called back, though.
Whose fault was that?
Jason Babin jumped off sides. Wow. I still remember to this day.
He picked up 8 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 2. They go right back to Barkley. He's got the first down. Barkley into Jacksonville territory, adding to his total yards.
Yeah, they do, and this is just inside zone here. They're just getting downhill, giving Saquon Barkley one cut forward and fast.
And Devontae Smith, you see him right there on your screen. He's making one heck of a block on the safety, Andre Sisco, and that's the belief they have in this run game, to your point, Tiki, of being able.
Barkley. And some pushback this time. Devon Hamilton on the tackle. They go empty here, although now Gainwell will motion to the backfield. And a flag comes out.
Ball start for 65 offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Barkley finding space. Barkley again jumping over a defender and then goes down inbounds.
For Saquon Barkley here, he's thinking the right thing. He jumps over the defender. He could probably go try to get that first down, but if he does and goes short, he might get pushed out of bounds, which then aids the Jacksonville Jaguars and able to save a timeout. So clock matters.
Probably.
Barkley, can he get the first down? Tripped up in the backfield by Devon Hamilton.
Just in case Elliott misses.
From 57 yards away, Elliott, will it go through? No!
Favorable field position with the 2-minute warning just around the corner.
Blitz coming. Lawrence steps up, throws, and it is juggled and nearly intercepted. Play clock at 1. Lawrence gets rid of it, incomplete. Ingram could not make the catch in midfield. 3rd down and 10. Lawrence looking, and it's almost intercepted. And a late flag comes out.
Maybe on Avonte Maddox.
Pass interference, number 29 defense.
Yeah.
The ball will be placed and spot a foul. Automatic foul.
Ball at the 35. Lawrence looking deep, and Washington went the wrong way. Washington came back to the ball. Lawrence threw deep, and it's 2nd down. Lawrence, he's got a man at the 20. That's Trammell, and he's shoved out of bounds inside the 15.
Trevor Lawrence knew 1:42 on the clock. There's plenty of time for the Jags to do whatever they want.
Lawrence has time, looking for Johnson, and it's picked off! Nakobe Dean!
For making a bad throw, he put it too high. His running back, Dearness Johnson, had position. If this ball was just driven into Dearness Johnson, he's got a chance to make this catch.
And Tiki, to me, this is where you don't throw the ball up to a running back. No disrespect to the position, but for Dearness Johnson, it's not a good throw, but you can't allow the defender to go up there and get the ball. Worst come to worst. But one heck of a job by Nakobe Dean, looking like a receiver on that catch.
Right.
And they had plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
Didn't have to force one there, one-on-one with the running back. 3rd takeaway today by Philadelphia. It's the first time they've had 3 or more since week 2 of last year when they had 4 against Minnesota. They keep pace in the NFC East with red-hot Washington, who beat the Giants earlier today. And now a big game next week for Philly.
Throwing 3 receptions for 40 yards, so almost a 200-yard day for Saquon with 2 touchdowns, 1 receiving and 1 rushing.
Andrew, who gets the parking spot from Nick Sirianni for the turnover.
Choices.
He has choices.
I think it's Dean. It's got to be Dean.
It's got to be Dean.
It's got to be. He saved the game for him.